And we're back. I am so sorry for the delay there. Unfortunately, one of my roommates decided to fuck around with our internet connection. So, yep, I lost connection for quite some time. But I've got it back, so yes, we can go back and continue where we left off. One second. Sorry about that unexpected break. My roommate who fucked around with the internet wanted to know how it came that he can't get his internet working. And to be honest, I have absolutely no clue, but at least he won't fuck around with it anymore. So let us continue. Ah, don't hurt me. I'm not one of them. I beg your pardon. You're not a flame? I see. If Leofric bid you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. 12 be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under that phonetic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account, and taking that which is owed. A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent, and you will see why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I have no doubt that merchant will leave the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. What are you doing? Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw. Don't draw! Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here with me, be here to soothe me. Why didn't you have to stay and leave me alone? Soothe? Who are you? What do you want? Aye, it's true. I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my fault. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us into 2 groups, sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing, and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting. And the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and... oh gods, the other group, they're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. Shock and awe. The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A pox on all bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we'd never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though, if they were forced to confront reality, that's it. Challenge the twins to combat, and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. Yeah, I suppose there is no better way to get this folly to end. Oh, where am I supposed to go? I suppose down here somewhere. There we are. Seven hells! They found us! Everyone, grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So that's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, lass, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. That is not the smart way to go. You see, I have actually extensive training, whereas you are just a bunch of people with some swords. There we go. Oh, one more. 3 more by the looks of it. That's fine though. Easy, easy, easy. Now will you talk to me? No. These must be the cell swords. Easy pickings, I'd say. At the end, to deal with the other one. Get rid of this one. There we go. Will you now talk to me? There we go. You beat him like it was nothing. Thal Almighty. What are we gonna do now? How about you give up this folly of yours? The immortal flames are very, very well trained, and they might not be as powerful as I am, but they are much more numerous, so your little rebellion will come to naught. You returned. Did you find my brethren? What of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Better that a handful of them take a beating from you then the lot get butchered by the flames. I agree. Tell me, what did the merchants have to say when it was over? Huh? But where else could he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others? Reap the whirlwind. The merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? I think this may actually be more of a culling of the refugees rather than a direct bid for a change in power. Although the fallout that would fall to the Sultana and Rauban might see them ousted. So, oh boy, plots within plots. Find him, convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to Rome. I think that is not the problem though. Where is he? South of here. Okay. We can go through here. Nope, we're too late. Have a sip of tea. Have you seen my parents? They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with a man from Ul'dah. The man said they were going to change everything, make it so we could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry, and I got scared. Say, miss, are you looking for someone? Looking for a merchant. You mean the man who left with my parents? But I don't know where he... Wait, look, over there. I think that's him. Well now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? Me! Uh-oh. You! And off he goes. He's getting away. Go get him, miss. Where are you? There you are! You cannot hide from me. You again? Why are you pursuing me? Sedition? Treason? Revolution? That's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorized the streets of Ul'dah? Ha! Now, you ass! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. I do, actually. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. I have every right. For the sake of argument, let us say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I give a kick-hand's ass about politics? It was business. Only business. Only money, eh? Uh-oh. We both know I'm not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. What's all this commotion? 7 hells. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. Well, that's a dead end. Hold, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. State secrets? Oh, okay. We are going to tell him, apparently. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it is obvious you are not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Simon. Hey, Farron! Hall of Flames. Okay, back to Ulda. How are you doing today? What news, Elaine? Where is the merchant? Murdered? Damn it all to the 7th hell. He was not simply murdered, Elaine. He was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. Revolution. The Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you returned. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries, as well as the results of our own investigation. Master Alfino has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew. On we go. Oh! Your dog was sick? No. I hope it isn't something too bad. Chamber of Rule. I am glad to hear that. I am good, thank you. I was waiting eagerly for the service to come back up today because we defeated Leviathan! Finally! Yay! I must say it was a lot easier than I expected. I had expected, though. I expected it to be more of a fight. We have been expecting you, madam. Please proceed inside.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room.
Okay. Oh, one other thing. Today will probably be my last stream for, I'm hoping, no more than a couple of weeks. But I am going into surgery on Thursday. And I have absolutely no idea how long recovery will be. Or what effect it will have on me. So, even though I would like to do streams while I recover, it really depends on how I feel, because I would really prefer my streams to be longer than just an hour or two. So yeah, we will just have to see how things pan out.
The Syndicate's decision to reject the Dormant refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination.
Oh, thank you. I think it's gonna be fine though. Last year in April I had major surgery, and this is just corrective surgery, so it shouldn't be nearly as bad as before, but it's still something to take into account.
Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters.
Ah, yep.
It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated.
Yeah, I think it will be alright. I mean, when I had major surgery, it took me about 3 months to recover fully. And about a month and a half, I would say, before I could start to walk again. But I was still tired quite quickly. And I could sit for like a couple of hours, and then I would really have to lie down again. So, yeah, we'll just have to see, I guess.
Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had been going to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
And we like Teleji. The bastard!
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has never seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Power.
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, That was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield.
Plots within plots.
The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day.
Yeah.
Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations. In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
And we liked him. Strike him down.
He walks up.
Oh yeah, there's that creepy grin.
Independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Bloody bastard.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Before we go into that, let me say something that you might remember from Alice in Wonderland. A direct quote from the Queen of Hearts. Off with his head! Cool. Having done that, Alagon ruins. Well, he stands to gain a whole lot.
Omega.
Oh God. Ultima's bad enough, but Omega,
Pardon?
that is way worse. That's even worse than Bahamut.
An Alagon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Alagon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut?
Why were we not informed of this earlier?
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had
That's
been
why.
translated.
Because they thought it was bogus.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Carlines did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Udar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Ul'dah.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Yup. Stories we tell. I should be glad to know the truth, and yet, the thought that all this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intended to hide the existence of Omega from the Silence? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. Fortunately, you are already well positioned to do so, Private Trakand. Pray keep us informed of any developments in Cartinen. Be gone, whelp. This is no place for children. Oh, the girl's parents were. I'm sorry. I was looking for you, miss. You said you were looking for the man who left with my parents. You know this girl? I do. So he visited Stone's Throw as well? I see. Did you find the man? Were my parents with him? They were not, I am afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Really? You'll help me look, mister? Of course. But first, I must needs finish speaking with my friend. She's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by that pillar over there? We require but a moment. Okay, mister. I'll be waiting. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap Mamodi will know what to do. A legion of Galeans, an Aether-staffed primal, even dealing with an Askian will be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I fear Minfilia is too ambitious. We rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources and ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. I speak of the devil. Elaine, this is Minfilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in the Twelveswood has taken a turn for the worse. I will explain in detail once you arrive. The Twelveswood? Then the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I have received no reports of Ixali activity, which leaves the Sylphs? Go, Elaine. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. I would not say so when it comes to a weapon that can best Bahamut, which is, as we just learned, the Elder Primal. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I am grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. Sure. But you did have to admit that you needed surgeons. There we are. Teleport to Revenant Store in Mordona. Oh, hey Tataru. It is a relief to see you healthy and healing. The latest news from Uldar was most disturbing. Clearly, the only injury Alphinaud suffered was to his ego. Doubtless it will heal ere long. The other scions will need to be present for this meeting. If you are ready to begin, I will summon them now. I'm not going to pick up any of those because their item level are comparable to my own, and it will take too much time to figure out which is the better one, so I will just leave them. Lord of Levin. Oh, that is indeed Ramuh. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth a revered guardian, the primal Ramuh. Well, they did so before when we left him. I'm sorry? May have? Then it is not certain? The Elder Seedseer informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphlands, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, antecedent, but that fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramuh is reputed to act only in the defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? If preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, it would surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon? You foresaw this eventuality and did not to prevent it? I really like the fact that, Ystola's tail just went up straight and all puffy, just like a cat's would. I told Papalimo. I suppose I could have reported things to Minfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You'd know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Ramuh once right after the calamity, but that was because the Galaeans came tramping through the forest. And so long as Castrum Orient stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Uldar drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. 'Tis like that the Sylphs perceived this panic migration as yet another invasion, and quickened their efforts to summon their god. I am put in mind of Titan and the Kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for a tribal primal's coming. Brr. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Elaine, through your dealings with the Sylphs of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the Sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? Sorry. Have a sip of tea. Hope that makes it better. If Ramuh can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope. Were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can. Let us continue this discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramuh's presence. The elder Seedseer has requested your personal involvement, Elaine. Pray report to Commander Helois at the Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Leven will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will of course lend you whatever support you require. But first, we are going to St. Quinnock. And see what the Crystal Tower may hold for us. There we go. Have our sea chicken guide the way. I think it's about here. Ooh, Gigas. And a not like us here, so summon Avienda to help us out. We got the other one as well, because it probably will make trouble for us. And there we go. The crystal tower lies beyond this portal. Now comes the interesting part. Sid, you are the only one of our number who has ever crossed this threshold. I ask that you take the lead for the present. Oh. That's why we need to enter and unlock the tower. Because it has been unlocked before. Okay. Oh no, we've been here before, I think. And it is this part that we actually do need to unlock. Scratchy, scratchy. I see. The energy radiating from these statues is palpable. Lucky for us, that is. One might otherwise stroll past them. Feast your eyes on the elemental defenses which prompted our lengthy preparations. These sentinels prevent would-be intruders from advancing to within 20 yards of the tower's inner reaches. No matter how swift they may be. Happily, the crystal fangs we took such pains to craft should spare us the inconvenience of instantaneous annihilation. Here, allow me to demonstrate. Chief, it's too dangerous to allow anyone else to risk his life testing one? Quite right. I made the damn thing. It's my job to see that they work. Ouch! That's a rather permanent solution. Success. I, for one, am convinced. Friends, ready your fans. I wish we didn't have to destroy the defenses like this. The last one is yours, old friend. It seemed only right. We did it! So much for the outer defenses. Indeed, The entrance to the tower is near at hand. My blood fairly sinks with anticipation. Speaking of blood, I have a proposal for the next stage of the expedition. I suggest we wait here while Elaine and a hand-picked party of her adventuring companions enter the tower. What? Without us? I thought we came here to survey the entire structure. We did, and we will. But our investigations must proceed at a more measured pace. If the outside of the place is this well defended, can you imagine what awaits us on the inside? Only a true hero could reasonably hope to brave the hazards ahead and live to tell the tale. Elaine here fits that description better than anyone I know. I actually love the fact that this game makes absolutely no pretense about us as the character being the hero of the story. There are so many MMOs that are like, hey, you're just a random person, but you happen to be the best of the best. Now, I really like this. And it is not as if we shall be idle in her absence. While Elaine and her companions are risking life and limb to beat us a path to the tower, we can set about analyzing this rubble for evidence of how its technologies function. Your knowledge of ancient lore will be invaluable in that endeavor, historian Grahatia. Bah, do you ever tire of being right, old man? Nope, probably not. Elaine, as it seems I won't be accompanying you, allow me at least to provide some instruction. The maze that surrounds the base of the tower is known as the Labyrinth of the Ancients. During this initial foray, I suggest you concentrate on ridding the place of hostile elements. When you are reasonably certain the maze is secure, contact me via link shell and we shall join you post-haste, no matter what Master Garland says. Though we would prefer it if any relics you encounter remained intact, you have leave to do whatever is necessary to secure your ingress to the upper levels of the tower. Fortune go with you, Elaine. Oh, it would seem to me that we have unlocked another duty. Yes. Regular duty too, by the looks of it. Oh! This duty is assigned to be undertaken by an alliance, a squad of 24 adventurers formed of 3 full parties. The battle composition is reserved for large-scale duties only. Basically a raid then. While you are in an alliance, the class job icons and HP bars of alliance members will appear to the right of the party list. By joining forces with other parties, you can achieve that which would otherwise be impossible. Okay, interesting. Let us sign up. Where can I find this? Not in here. Raids. Let's see. Well, that's gonna take a while. In the meantime, let us go to Gridania. Have a chat with Commander Hilwa. Sprinty, sprinty. There you are, Commander. Elaine of the Silence. Your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The elder Seedseer, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic, rather than martial, skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nafika's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the lotus stand. Will do. Now normally I would do that by Aethernet, but considering that this passage leads us right next to the lotus stand, it is quicker to just walk. The other scions have already arrived, madam. May I show you in? You may.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Redania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summon you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest.
This much we knew.
Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the Sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin.
Most likely.
Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the Primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other Primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelveswood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided.
Hope so too.
Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations.
Yep, can do.
The Twelveswood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities.
Finally, someone who speaks wisdom.
Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples.
I will. Yay!
You have my thanks.
This one is dancing with joy.
Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelveswood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Have a teleport to the East Shroud. Elaine of the Science, I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the Primal Ramuh himself. An unenviable task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. I have been told that your fellow Scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, that we might ascertain the location where the Lord of Levin might be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. 11 in oppression. Word plays. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow Scions finished their investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. This one returns, and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching, and have wisely identified the precise location where the touched ones summoned Lord Ramuh. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good woman to a fellow Scion? It would be this one's pleasure, Walking One. Please come with this one. Right over there. Hello, Maxio. Wise ones have ventured deep within the Sylvanlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for touched ones. Okay. We will make this a lot easier by just flying there. There we go. This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramuh, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. And so this one must say farewell for now. Walking One will find wise ones not far from here, to the south. Go in safety, Walking One. Okay. There we go. So it's actually you. I am relieved. For a moment I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. Actually, Labyrinth of the Ancients just is ready. We will do this later. Raid time! Let's see how we hold up there. Because I truly have no idea how this works in Final Fantasy XIV. 3 tanks, 6 healers, and 15 DPS. Go! Someone figured it was not that time, apparently. And their replacement is like, yep. Oh my. This does look good. do hope that my HUD can actually work this. I suppose. Oh, that one is really good. What am I doing? Follow my party. Don't get left behind. Well, someone is. This is our first big fight. Ah! There's so much! Oh! Whew! Okay. I have to look at so many different things. Everyone region. And once more. I think that would be a wise idea. These were just trash mobs. I think this is our first actual raid boss. Doesn't look like it. It's still dead really quickly. Maybe I don't want to stand in that particular goo. Let's see if I can raising our dead party member. Why am I standing in goo? Come on. And why does he keep on being revived? I do not like this. I do not like this. Give everyone regen again. Is that it? I think that was it. Okay. Use the teleporter. And go to the right. Now this party-wide region, Medica 2, doesn't do much in the way of curing. But it does help. Am I supposed to stand there? I don't know. I don't know. I think I am supposed to stand here. I don't know what good it does. And here we are back. With our main party. Sprinting forwards towards the second boss, I think. Okay. To be honest, I have absolutely no clue what's going on here, but I'm going to simply try and help where possible, heal a little here and there. Well, that's Thanatos there. And we are going on to our final boss, I suppose. But not before we clear our way there. Why are people standing in the lava? These are just trash mobs. The big ones, but just trash. Here's my main tank. Add a little bit of DPS. You stand in the lava to feel something? Ah, yeah, I suppose. Oh, King Behemoth. Lots of fans around here. Okay. I have absolutely no clue what the hell happened there. Should I have been standing on something? King Behemoth down. The key now there. Oh, teleporter activated. Okay. Hello? And who or what, pray tell, are you? Want me to take the shortcut? Yes, please move. Oh god, I don't want to stand there, I think. Oh, I don't want to stand there. Oh god. I may have gotten there just in time. I don't think I'm in the right one, but... Phlegathon! Oh, the naming conventions. Okay. Out of there, I think? Ah, okay. I will admit, like, 90% of the time, I have absolutely no clue what's going on. I'm just doing things. let's give it... Ooh, that's a good looking one. I'll give it to Lily T. See what loot we have. Yeah, I need that stuff. I don't know if I'm supposed to need that. But I'm going to do it anyway. I am going to greet the catalyst. This is lower than my actual item level, so I definitely have no need of that. So I can just do that. And then leave the duty. Oh, cutscene! Yay! Who there, Elaine? Very impressive, I must say. Your name shall be writ large in the volumes that are sure to be penned on this historic expedition. The scale of the structure defies comprehension. Someone plainly thought bigger was better. According to the findings of my Baldesian colleagues, the Crystal Tower was constructed to collect and store the endless energies of the sun. A characteristically ambitious undertaking. Now, what of the tower's inner defenses? Judging by a haggard expression, clearing out the labyrinth was no small feat. It was not. I didn't understand what I was doing, but we did it. A giant of a man wielding a shimmering scimitar, you say? Yes, that will have been Phlegethon. Not Acheron, Phlegethon. He was a hero of the Allegan Revolution. And you gleaned that from what exactly? His choice of weapon? Well, I am a historian, and I have a certain, shall we say, affinity for the lore of the Allagan Empire. It is, of course, all knowledge gleaned from musty scrolls and tomes. The ancient texts claim that the Crystal Tower is defended by the champions of Eld, resurrected and augmented through the Allagan's extraordinary technology. Chief, you need to see this. Ooh, that looks rather pretty. Well, well, there it is, the foot of the tower. What surprises do you have in store for us, I wonder? I can't tell you how glad I am to have you with us on this little jaunt, old friend. Had you not beaten a path through that maze, I very much doubt we'd be standing here now. With that, however, before I continue, I do see that ads are upon us, and I did snooze them a couple of times, so I can't do that much more. So I am going to say, see you in a bit. And we're back. Yes, let's just go right into it and continue where we left off. Well, we have much to discuss and digest. Let us retire to St. Coinac's, find for the rest... Words! Having no idea what's happening is the standard first-time Crystal Tower experience. Yeah, I can imagine. There are obviously a lot of people who actually know what they're doing, and the rest just are like, well, I kind of know what to look for, like stuff on the ground and certain things, but the rest is like, yep, I'll just go and do stuff, I guess. Do you know what I died to, though? Because, again, I have absolutely no clue. Let us retire to St. Coinac's find for the present, and there plan our next step. Lest there be any doubt, our expedition has some way to go yet. Oh, I'm not allowed to fly here. Now that's interesting. No. Okay. Personally, I didn't even see any rocks. Also, I don't know how any other streamers do it, like go hours on end without eating, but I cannot, so I got myself a sandwich. So good of you to join us, Lee. Our meeting would be dull indeed without a full account of your experiences in the labyrinth. Take a moment to collect yourself, and when you're ready, we shall debate how best to proceed. For prosperity. Not posterity, prosperity, okay? The Fellowship of Noah being accounted for, it is time this assembly was called to order. Rambrose will be presiding over the meeting. If you would be so kind as to inform him of your readiness to proceed. Sure thing. Welcome back, Elaine. I have just been reading about your encounter in the Labyrinth of the Ancients. It pleases me greatly to note that you seem none the worse for the experience. For your reference, I have added my own notes to Graha's preliminary expedition report and begun compiling a Crystal Tower survey log. The information contained therein will be available to you at all times. Should you have any questions, you need only ask. Now, if there are any objections, I shall begin with a summary of the expedition's key accomplishments. This is materia stuff, don't really need it, I think. Oh, speaking of materia stuff, I need to check whether I need to extract some of my materia. In the course of this, our first foray into the grounds of the Crystal Tower, we succeeded in neutralizing the structure's outer defenses before proceeding to secure the maze surrounding the base of the spire. According to Elaine's account, the labyrinth's defenses were most emphatically active. Disturbingly, her report also mentions a violent encounter with a sentry heavily augmented by Alagan technology. eventually you run these raids so many times, you die inside every time it shows up in roulette? Yeah, I suppose. But, you know, that's roulette, you know? Randomized stuff do be randomizing. In short, our misgivings were well founded. The Crystal Tower was not simply thrust above ground by the chaotic shifting of Earth. It has somehow been reawoken. If, as seems increasingly likely, the tower's secrets should prove too dangerous to share with the world, we will have no choice but to contain them. Short of leveling the place, they will almost certainly involve returning its mechanisms to a state of dormancy. To do that, however, we will first need to address the question of how they work, the answer to which must surely be waiting for us inside the tower itself. In conclusion, that is where we must go. A task rather easier said than done, if the perils of the labyrinth are any indication. Yeah. Then I move that all further exploration of the tower be delayed until such time as an exhaustive analysis of the structure's defenses has been completed. Master Garland, may I entrust this task to you? It would be my pleasure. Don't forget about us. It's like you said, Chief. We founded the ironworks to make sure that technology was used for the right reasons, and that means making sure it's not used for the wrong ones. We wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't see this through to the end. Lads, well, I hope you're ready for some back-breaking chores. Well, everything seems to be in hand here, so I shall take my leave of you for the present. If I am to witness this valiant tale unfold with mine own eyes, I must needs hone my martial skills ere we ascend the spire. You'll do nothing of the sort, Graha. Your knowledge may prove useful to Master Garland's investigation. No! As an observer, I am not, strictly speaking, subject to your authority. Is he tantruming? Pray do not mistake my intent, Elaine. I am well aware that I shall never be a match for one with your innate talents, however hard I train. Be that as it may, pray do not allow your skills to rust from disuse during the coming pause. We will need you fighting fit if our subsequent forays are to prove as productive as this one. Mark me, we have not yet caught more than the briefest glimpse of that which time has obscured. Soon, however, we shall cast off the veil and gaze upon the glory of the Alagan Empire. And with that encouraging thought in mind, it is time to bring this assembly to a close. Let us all focus on the tasks at hand, that our next expedition may begin all the sooner. Meeting adjourned. Okay, cool. Have a... Such a terrible mess. Yet it does leave the door wide open, so to speak. Yeah? One cannot help but be impressed. I'm beginning to understand the reliance you place on adventurers, old friend. Who is this? So this is the legacy the Alagan Empire left behind. If my readings are correct, the energy source waiting atop the tower is a match for even the Ultima weapon. Nay, more than a match. A new toy for me to play with. Is that Sid's dad? No, wait. Nero. He survived? Wait. I'm confused. I believed the fates had conspired to deny me my just rewards once again. But it would seem they had a greater destiny in mind for me. And so long as my ambition burns, I shall strive to seize it. The dream lives on, Sid. Do not disappoint me. Yeah. Why are... Surprise! Indeed. Also, this beggars belief, but why would we open the bloody door and then not leave a goddamn sentry? Syrcus Tower. Ah, 'tis you, my friend. You are doubtless eager to hear of our progress on the Crystal Tower. Excellent. I'd be disappointed to hear otherwise. Of course, disappointed is the word of the day, I fear. I'm ashamed to say that there is nothing worthwhile to report. The suns continue to probe the labyrinth of the ancients, and every day brings new discoveries. Alas, the same cannot be said of the Crystal Tower proper. We've not been able to set as much as a single foot inside it. You will recall how the 8 sentinels stood between us and the labyrinth initially. In like manner, the entryway into the principal spire, Syrcus Tower, the Alagans called it, is also protected by technology far more advanced than our own. Now, is this gonna be a play on words again? Because Syrcus Tower is a host to like a menagerie of fiends and contraptions and the sort? Sid and I have tried every trick we know, but without success. Frankly speaking, we are at a loss. It is discouraging, but we cannot give up. There must be a way in. And so the situation stands, my friend. Until we gain entry into the tower, I fear your talents shan't avail us. It will require time that I am loath to waste, but I have a mind to set my people to scouring such ancient texts as we have on hand. Perhaps we can be of assistance. Who? And you are? Ooh! Be at ease, friends, for we share the self-same goal. They look amazing, though. Really? I am Unai, and my companion is called Doga. We are scholars of the Alagan civilization, sent by the students of Baldesion to assist in your endeavor. Verification, please? Sorry, but... Unai and Doga? Rather unusual names for this day and age, if I might be forgiven for observing. But I digress. You claim to be here at the student's behest, but we have received nary a word of your coming. Moreover, in light of the recent incident at the Isles of Val, I should think that they have rather more pressing concerns. We can only assume that the message failed to reach you due to some mishap. I assure you that we are here to help. Yes. Like everyone of ill intent would assure that? What is it, Graha? Ah, 'tis nothing. There was a pain, but it has subsided. Well. This is rather unexpected. Your right eye is the same as ours. The same? You have the Elagan eye as well? This sanguine hue is said to be a trait unique to the Elagans, yet I inherited from my father, as he did from his. Only one child in a single generation is born with the eye. All my life I have sought to learn the truth of its manifestation. If there is aught you know, I implore you to tell me. My deepest apologies, but we have no answers for you. Only one thing is certain. Those who possess the trait are bound by fate to Alag. As your eye has placed you upon the path you walk, so too have we come here to fulfill our destiny. Absurd though it may sound, it is the truth. It seems that we may have naught to lose by accepting their aid. What say you? If that is your wish, then so be it. Yet know that I still mean to verify your story with the students of Baldesion when I am able. I trust there will be no objections. Very well. As of this moment, I name Unai and Doga advisory members of Noah. Without further ado, let us have them examine the Syrcus Tower entrance. I promise you'll not have cause to regret your decision. Elaine, I should be much obliged if you were to accompany our new friends to the tower. Biggs and Wedge are presently surveying the 8 sentinels. The two of them can show you the way. Upon arrival, pray report to Master Garland. He will brief you on the situation. I shall join you, Elaine. With Unai and Doga's knowledge, along with your uncanny knack for setting events in motion, I am hopeful that we will finally see progress. Well, I suppose... No, I am going to continue the main story and go to Gridania. Nero alive. Shit. Just shit. Okay, Papalimo, what have you to say? So it's actually you. I am relieved. For a moment, I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurement. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Yastola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Papalimo. My apologies. It's not like me to ramble so. At any rate, as I was saying, I have finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and I'm pleased to say I have reached an indisputable conclusion. To wit, that Ramuh was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Aether. Commonly, the Lord of Levin awaits. Okay. Oh, cool. automatically advance. That is nice. No. Lord of Levin, hear me now.
Thine order betrays thee, servant of hiding.
Yeah. What be your points, sir? Woo-wee! Now that is what I call making an entrance.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan,
In the meantime,
Garuda,
one moment.
and Leviathan. I am Ramuh, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs?
To treat?
Redanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult.
Why?
Thou speakest harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other.
What the fuck? So, basically, if one of these sylphs would be like an annoying trickster, then you would judge every one of them by that single one? I would have expected better of you, Rama.
Thy conflict hath brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All
That I agree
blame
with.
that lie with the darkness that resided in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed, for light and dark given form when man was born. It would explain much, not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
Yes, because at least in Gridania we seek to protect. So, yeah, I'm sorry, you are wrong here.
Now where is the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges? That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee.
Okay.
Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial.
Obviously.
If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine eye, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
Why do I get the sneaky suspicion that this is quite like Q in the very first episode of Star Trek Next Generation, judging mankind by judging Captain Picard. That ended well.
Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Oh, of course you do.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from Atone.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Sure. Why not? If I should fail, then yep, you are pretty much fucked. Obviously. The striking tree, a join, and that means I can go back to Mordona. And in the meantime, I am going to eat my sandwich because I am hungry. Well, if it isn't Elaine, eager to enter Syrcus Tower and kill everything in sight, no doubt. As I'm sure you've already heard, though, the place is locked up tight as a clam. New friends from the students, you say? Excellent. It's been slow going, or rather, no going for the chief. He'll appreciate the help. If you'll just follow me, I'll take you to him. Stretchy, stretchy. God, I love the look on their clothes. Ah, some old faces to lift the spirit. And a couple of new ones besides. Allow me to introduce Unai Endoga, They are scholars of ancient Alag, sent here by our friends of Baldesion to aid in the investigation. Allegedly sent by them, because we have not exactly verified that yet. We understand you're having trouble circumventing the tower's defenses. 'Tis our hope that we can be of some small assistance. If your attire is aught to go by, your assistance should prove invaluable indeed. To begin with, let me tell you where we stand. Beyond rises Syrcus Tower, the principal spire of the structure collectively known as the Crystal Tower. The only way to get inside is through the proverbial front door, the imposing gate you see here. The problem is, we can't get it to open. It's sealed by some mechanism whose workings are an utter mystery to us. Having had no success via more orthodox methods, I went at it with everything from a pickaxe to a magita cannon. Nothing so much as put a scratch on it. For a blessing, the gate doesn't try to reduce us to ashes like the 8 sentinels, but that doesn't make it any less effective a security measure. It's fiendishly frustrating in its simplicity. The only clue we have is the elaborate device carved upon it. A man and a woman respected. Alagan, royalty by my judgment. Alagan royalty. Precisely who these individuals were, we cannot say. Nor do we know whether the device actually serves a purpose. Like as not, it is purely decorative. Then why are there 2 people supposedly of Alagan descent, a man and a woman standing there? That is no mere coincidence. If you're thinking to force it, save your strength. It's no use. Just ask the calluses on my hands. Rest assured, we do not mean to waste our strength. Indeed, why should we exert ourselves when the gate will open of its own accord? Descendants of ancient Alag and ancient Alag royalty, no doubt. What? I don't think any of us expected that to happen. 7 hells. What is this? What did you do? What are you? Piercing the heavens and gathering the light, a symbol of mankind's glory and might. Its virtue guarded by gates impregnable, only to those of royal blood answerable. Exactly as passed down through legend, I am delighted to see. Nero? It is Nero. I'm fairly sure it's Nero. It is Nero. It is Nero! The bitch! Beg pardons for interrupting your bewilderment. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable playthings you have acquired. Nero? You're still alive? Garland. If I didn't know better, I would say you weren't happy to see me. But I jest. In light of our recent meetings, you have every right to be wary. But rest assured, I am no longer a threat to you. My legion is for all intents and purposes defunct, and my association with it means a tight noose awaits me back in Garlemald. And so I've been roaming this land de Eorzea, a regular itinerant. In the course of my wanderings, I chanced to catch wind of your latest venture. It sounded positively fascinating, and so I decided to come here and join you. You're not gonna trust this backstabbing bitch, are you? After the wrongs you've committed, you think us that gullible? Oh, thank God. If you are suspicious of my intent, 'tis only my just deserts, but I am determined to make amends. As a gesture of goodwill, I will share you with I will share with you what I know, starting with these two odd characters. As you are doubtless already aware, the Crystal Tower was the symbol of ancient Aleg's might and prosperity. Entry was permitted only to royalty and a select few individuals. According to the records I have unearthed, only royal blood can open the gate. In other words, the Emperor and his progeny were living keys. You mean to say that these two are descended from Alagan royalty? Let's see how far we can get and then maybe wait. Oh, I suggest nothing so glamorous. I'm going to wait on this one. I probably will have to rejoin the queue there, but that is fine. To put it plain, they are imitations of royalty, living keys born of Alagan ingenuity. Clones, I believe, is the name your creators gave your kind. Is that not so? No. 'Twould seem that the time for concealment is past. Pray accept our apologies. 'Twas not our intent to deceive. We simply wished to avoid causing undue alarm by prematurely making what many would consider deranged claims. If it please you, let us return to the 8 Sentinels. There is much and more to tell. Why are we not putting Nero in chains? Hello? Very well. Sometimes. 7 hells. Do you seriously mean to follow us around? Come, Garland. You know me better than to think that I spoke in jest. What more will it take for us to be reconciled? A gift, perhaps? You in chains? And probably on the gallows for war crimes. An Alagan tombstone. It holds the information I just shared with you, and a deal more besides. It used to be the jealously guarded property of the 14th Legion, but it's yours now. I wish you joy of it. I look forward to working together, old friend. Sometimes video game logic just doesn't make any sense. Now the thing is, I got a what's it called? A message that something about a penalty because I abandoned the duty I signed up to. And I don't know exactly what that means. Let's hope it's nothing too bad. Let's try this again. Apparently they were waiting for me, and now the other tank was like, nope. But I think we should be fine now. Yep, there we go. Combat trial by the Lord of Leven. I really like the ambience. There he is. Run. I kind of wonder if the power he has is just contained within his beard. So far, so good. Why am I not able to move? With these arbiters, I have a feeling that they are not really useful to us. Get Legion down on everyone. And then go back to here. You get 30-minute timeout, as in you are not allowed to run for any dungeons. Are we not supposed to be near each other with these tethers? Well, whatever the case, I will have to do it on my own, because my other healer has gone down. We are supposed to be near each other. Well, it's fine though. Is the debuff only gonna be done when you are really close to each other, or is it just something that has to run its course, and the further away that you are, the more damage you take? For that tether, someone needs to pick up 3 orbs. Okay. So that person who was running around all over the battlefield actually did what they were supposed to do? Okay, cool, thanks.
And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
I don't think they died. No, I'm fairly sure they didn't.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one.
I'm not slain. Oh, yeah, I did. But he wanted it to. He himself asked for it.
The truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Assyrians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
I think the other healer and the one DPS that did die, they might have done the wrong thing. Yeah, that is fine. Okay, go back to Little Solace. There you are. Ramuh is no more. Elaine, you have returned. Dare I ask how Ramuh received your visit? He challenged you to a test of arms. It is well then that you have some experience in such matters. The peoples of both Gridania and Little Solace will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the Forest Champion of Peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, Elaine. The Elder Seedseer must be informed of your deeds at once. What little gods are made of. The Elder Seedseer will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Pray return to Gridania and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The Conjurer at Novika's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well, Elaine. Shall do teleport in Gridania. And then take the Ethernet to the Conjurer's Guild. Welcome back, Honored Son. We who know of your mission have been most anxious to see you return. The Elder Seedseer awaits you within.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell?
He asked for it. I delivered.
Ramuh made trial of you. I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest.
We should excise
As the
those.
of calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one.
Oh, I'm sorry I cut you off there. That dream is still far off, okay? Please continue.
On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth. Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Well, I see that ads have started, so this is a very good opportunity to take a quick break. So I will see you in a bit. And we're back. Let's see what Papa Lima has to say. Thus ends another daunting mission, Aileen. I'd hope Lord Ramuh could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the Primal's sudden challenge. And it seems that Urianger too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Elaine? Shall we gather back at the rising stones and ponder the lessons of the day? I suppose. Mortona. Nymphelia, we have returned. Welcome back, Elaine. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramuh precedes you. What? Ramuh. I think Ramuh was the correct pronunciation. I would fain share news of mine own, but Urianger's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascian's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together. There we are.
If everyone is ready, let us begin.
Yes, let us.
Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the waking sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence.
Oh, have we?
In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Okay.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior.
Yeah, that might be good, because I am quite at a loss here.
Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm.
Okay.
In turn, the restless energy which diffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
Okay, yep.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
This is somewhat of a common theme between different Final Fantasies. I know at least that Final Fantasy VII had like a major theme of this with the, I believe, stream of life they called it. And over here they have substituted that with the etheric flow. So yeah, yep, I follow.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape.
Yeah.
Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, The essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
Mm-hmm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Uh-huh. Now, how does this work with the Askians?
Which brings us on to the third group.
Oh, thank
the
you.
so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
Mm-hmm.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
Yep. I follow.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits, should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Mm-hmm.
Nay, it merely withdraweth the distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Asians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
No,
I'm sorry, my friend.
we have not,
For a
Thancred.
mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan.
Mm-hmm.
If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Asians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection,
Oh. Thank you, Stola.
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady.
She
Only
is.
when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Asian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlin. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Mm-hmm.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlian survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
The Lord of Levin is returned to the Aether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramuh's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Levin all have now been humbled by the bringer of light. The limitless potential of man, Heidelin's servant, grows mightier by the day. Yet she prospers at great cost to her mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wan. Yet even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. Is that you, La Habrea? Divine seeds were ever one to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. Guardian of Eorzea. Now the matter of Ramuh has, for the present, been put to rest. There is something I would show you, Eileen. It is a letter of thanks, signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions in particular the names of all the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mogomog XII, Leviathan, and now Ramuh. Needless to say, there is only one among our numbers to have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. And still I would say that we alone would not have been able to do this without the Order's backing and without the Order's resources and knowledge and research. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Elaine, and Eorzea is that much the safer for your presence. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Askians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in so doing. our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Of the sylphs of Little Solids, who wish not of conflict. Of the Alamegans and the Domans who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. And then there is Sid and the Fellowship of Noah, racing to unlock the mysteries of ancient Alec, that we might be spared the horror of another Ultima weapon. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Askians, and combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming, Antecedent. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Oh, Alfino. Alfino, I take it the troubles in Ul'dah no longer require your attention? There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message from you from you recall the refugee girl? The one whose parents were missing? They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Why, Alfino, am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Ah! Oh, Minfilia. Elaine, you have been away from Revenant's Stall for some time now. I believe. Might I suggest you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment, and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yosen was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? Sure. Can do that. Look, it's Miss Elaine. She's back from her adventures. We heard you were off fighting primals, and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman Adventurers Guild to protect all the Domans. Oh, do you think you could train us today, Miss Elaine? Maybe you could show us how you fight the primals. What's all this commotion then? Mr. Boulder and Mr. Coulternay, did you know that Miss Elaine is back? So it would seem. Welcome home, Elaine. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Scions, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I am known as Hoary Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coulternay. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the arts of combat. I told you, Mr. Boulder, we are not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. And we were just asking Miss Elaine if she could give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside her, don't you? No. That would be a very bad idea. Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills. But I'm afraid the fiends of Mordona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. Like ever so slightly? I have a counter proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Elaine? A demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Hori, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you were merely seeking to test yourself against the legend. Ha! Well, mayhaps I am. But what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What say you, Elaine? Would you consent to spar with me? Sure. Hurrah! We're to have a tournament. Come on, everyone. We must prepare our gear for an outing. No. They're so cute and innocent and young and foolish. Do try to not to disappoint them, eh? Have faith, Coulton. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make of this a worthy contest. The fields to the east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. Oh, I completely forgot. Hey Tataru, how are you doing? Goodbye. At least in the Waking Sands, there was absolutely no chance of missing her. But now that she's kind of set to the side, I just walk straight on in. Well, there we are. This way. 'Twas good of you to agree to this, Elaine. I trust you are ready to begin? I am. Very well. Let us not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Hori? Are you certain you wish to fight her alone? That is Elaine you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, 'twas this hero's legend that led me to join the Scions to begin with. Without Elaine to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Okay, your point is well made. But remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Which probably will happen. Hello, you haven't begun yet, have you? Oh! Ida! Thancred! Ida? What? Who are all these people? They're probably here to watch. When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Elaine's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, my own popularity seems but a sickly shade in comparison. You'd best claim victory, bringer of light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. Yeah. You can win, Mr. Boulder. We shall soon see. On your guard. Let's see how well you do. Such power! The tills barely do you justice. Mr. Boulder won't lose, will he? It's not over yet. It can't be. Aye, the children have the right of it. This time I join the fray. On your feet, Hori. Unfortunately for Courtenay, I know that spellcasters can be very, very dangerous, so I'll take care of him first. And then go back to Boulder. And there we go. Oh no, he looks hurt. Miss Elaine is so strong. But you can't give up, Mr. Boulder. Can't disappoint the younglings. Rah! Oh. Not only can you, but you most certainly will. Ooh. Why are you immune? There we go. You have bested me. I yield. That was incredible. She beat them both at the same time. Well, it's not like they were primals. We knew you couldn't lose, Elaine. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I see why they send you to deal with the primals. I've much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. Oh. Impressive as always, Elaine. 'Tis ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is a most fitting title. Do you recall when we first met? 'Twas at the memorial service for the Battle of Cartano. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why Grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. The Legatus' single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. "'Twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. 'Twas you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people, these wonderful, oft infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe grandfather's admiration for this inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish. A wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. I too will endeavour to take up the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better world. Well, some of them at least. There's still the matter of those pricks in Uldar. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a skill that cannot be solved by the science of the seventh dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new... Hey, I did it right! Ascians, okay, cool. Is a new, expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Right. There we go. That was weird. I was doing the slow walk again. Hi there, Tataru. Thank you for coming, Elaine. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. I'll take that one. Recruiting the realm. Pray forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the 7th Astral Era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. the military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land and directed against threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Yet while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards unification draining away. Thus have I been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It will be wow! I am... Sorry about that. It will be on a much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation accorded to the Scions. 'Tis my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Also, being a primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the antecedent. The Scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. But as you yourself have witnessed with refugee revolt, there are limitations to what even we can achieve. With this new company under the Scions' command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing your formidable talents. The goals of my proposed organization and those of the Scions are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. But before I can move forward with establishing this precursor to the true border-spanning Grand Company, it is yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Yeah. Sounds like a vacation to me, to be honest. Thank you. 'Tis reassuring indeed to know that the bringer of light and her discerning eye will be selecting our future efforts. Our first destination will be Limsa Lominsa. Let us rendezvous at Bulwark Hall. I will do so. Ancient Allag can wait. This way. Ah, there you are. I am ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Bluffiswind. While the Admiral and I are finalizing permissory boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, 'tis of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter that we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. will do. Let's go to the upper decks. First go to the Marauders Hall. Oh, I am really tired. Where are you? Carver Lane. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity? I must say, your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know that there is a time to act and a time to watch. And I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. Well, suit yourself. If you do not wish to join, I will not force you. Master Alphinode's new organization? Yes, I heard the formation of this trial company was in the offing. 'Tis with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Limsa Nominsa must needs receive my full attention. Yeah, I don't begrudge you that, but I am starting to find a disturbing pattern here. Let's hope we don't have more people being like, meh, meh, maybe not. Eh? Who in the bloody elves do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sun knight in shining plate. If you're looking for a self-righteous fop, try knocking on that dandy Carglane's door. Huh. I did. A precursor to a United Eorzean Grad Company? While I do admire the scope of your ambition, my responsibilities here at Naldic and Vamelis keep me close to the forge. I have not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. I always forget that I need to go around this place to get to this bridge. Wherever shall we go? I don't believe I've been here before. Does look amazing though. Well, if it ain't Elaine, I'd not forget adventurer brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember Oriel, don't you? Formerly of the Company of Heroes? 3 whistles at Bronze Lake? Aye. It ain't often I drag me arse out to Limsa for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. How fare you these days? Looking Looking to put together a new crew? Top tier work? Huh, sounds like a right lark it does. Alright lass, count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into me grave just yet. Well, that's one at least. Also, I am going to do a teleport because that is going to be the fastest way to get back. And then use the Aetherite to get to the airship landing real quick. Alfino, there you are. Elaine, your recruiting went well, I trust. I am curious as to how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsa Luminsa. Ah, a member of the legendary company of heroes indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. Few could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I too was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Elder Seedseer proceeds as smoothly. Pray continue on to Gridania at your own pace. I shall await your arrival at Nofika's altar. But I shall not do so through airship travel, rather by whoop, teleportation. Go to the Conjurer's Guild. There we are. My audience with the Elder Seedseer is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you would once more see to the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deem the well of potential candidates has run dry, let us rendezvous at the airship ticket counter as before. Okay, go to the Miketo's Amphitheater. Have a chat with this chap called Laurentius. Oh gods, can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Oh, it's him! Eh? Could it be that you don't remember me? It is I, Laurentius, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler, and a regular patron at Buscaron's. Yes, I remember you now. Well, of course you do. I was beginning to wonder if Jill had changed me more than I realized. Not that I have any particular wish to be recognized after my shameful conduct. The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Gridania? Recruiting, eh? And what is your policy on reformed convicts? You are most welcome, sir. As matters stand, the Wood Whalers will have not much to do with me. This may be just the second chance I was looking for. Revenant stall, you say? I shall leave at once. You shall not regret this, I promise you. I am a changed man. Yay! Sprint through this tunnel here. Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back gives up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry. We were just Oh, Elaine, isn't it? It has been some time since our paths crossed outside of Copperbell Mines. Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then. But look how far you've come. Mother Miyun tells me 'twas you who felled the fearsome Black Wolf. And now you seek stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order? Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would be much relieved to see it in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen Isildur safely home. Yay! I must say, I was really hoping that Linza's batch of recruits would be more than what we've gotten, but I am really glad that at least in Gridania we find a wealth of new members. You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions? I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young mistress, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land. Yeah, I can imagine that, and I definitely do respect that particular decision. Let's see about the last one. Sangulet. We haven't seen him in like forever. 'Tis not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such time as your organization is more organized. Fine. Asher Landing. Alfino. What news, Elaine? For my part, the Elder Seedseer was most amenable to our requirements. A former woodwhaler and a seasoned adventurer. Our company will not lack for... Hey, Kuroi! Welcome in! Our company will not lack for variety, that much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike into Uldar whilst the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavour to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. Uldar. Oh, wait. I need to go to the Royal Chamber Room. Uldar, the Gilded City, where one's fortune defines one's worth. I hope some manner of fortune is with us, and this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Might I suggest descending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana will take kindly to us poaching from her personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are complete. Good hunting, Elaine. Will I go here? Will I go down? Or will I go... I am going the wrong way. Oh well. Almost. See. There we go. Wait. You're the lady who came to Little Alameda looking for that masked devil. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't. I'd probably be dead, and a whole lot more of my friends besides. We were such fools. Any road, that disaster really got me thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I'd been manipulated, and vowed to make of myself a more worldly man. So here I am. A new company of champions? And you say it will take me to all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly like the kind of opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Alamigo. I've prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there. Yay! Go to the Weavers Guild. Weavers. Sister Awesome! I really hope she will join us. Oh, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me perchance? I am Urson, of the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Thank you again for your timely rescue. And I must also thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from preying on dry bones less fortunate. A most upsetting business. Are you here with your companion? Thancred, was it? Ah, 'tis new companions you seek then. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force for good, but my place is at the church with the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. Oh, I would have loved for Sister Orson to join us. Ah, it is what it is. I'm sorry, you wish to recruit me? Is this some new fashioned manner of propositioning, my lady? Well, I'm afraid you are wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for. Good day to you, miss. Well, I suppose it's about getting the word out. Land the bird. Aye, you'd be surprised what rumours drift down to Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours, and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved with it. Whispers on the street say your organization is funded by corrupt coin, by syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for. What? What the hell are you talking about? I think you, sir, are the one who is the fool. A company that looks to cure the ills of the realm entire? Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next all over, let alone the conundrums of a neighboring nation. Yeah. Also, what do you have? Okay, that is a quest that is, I believe, for God, I am so tired. for these jobs, miners and the like. I am so sorry. I think I am just gonna finish this particular quest, and then I think I'm gonna take a long break and get some rest, because my head is just all over the place. How fared you, Elaine? What hidden gems did the streets of Ul'dah offer up to your unrelenting gaze? A single Alamigan youth? Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of Eorzea's salvation must seem akin to grasping at clouds. But there are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless, and the hope that inspired these people was born in no small part from the victories you yourself have won. Thank you, Elaine. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana also graced my trial company with her blessings. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the documents signed, and the finances secure. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step. You are concerned by the syndicate's involvement, as was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outside sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. And as for the rumors and doubts surrounding this enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone for a united Eorzea. Ooh! Airship cutscene. Interesting. Nanamo. Sultana of Ul'dah. And General Roban.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
Yeah.
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong.
So can the Flames.
Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate, that those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army.
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the warrior of light would betray our cause.
No, of course not.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Kalechi.
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'Dan law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
Hmm?
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing?
Huh? Off with his head!
Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
No. Poor Nanamo.
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
Sultana though she may be, she is still trapped by the workings of her own political system. Hi there, Tataru. That is not a journey I soon wish to repeat, but I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our efforts is at hand. I must see to the preparations for the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services, Elaine. I am certain the antecedent will be relieved to see you free for other duties. And as much as I would really love to finish this part, I have found myself to be, like, my mind to be wandering constantly. So I'm afraid I am going to have to end it here, at least for the time being. I'm going to take a bit of rest, and if I feel well rested enough, I will come back later today. Did I slap Angie Water Noodle? What? Oh, Leviathan. Yeah. I kicked his ass. I also tousled up some old bearded dude. Also got rid of some King Behemoth guy. I don't know. I got some stuff done. So yeah. I am happy with the progress I've made, even though I would have preferred to have gotten a little bit further along. Yeah, I fought Thundergrats. Ramuh has been returned to the ether. So, I'm kind of hoping that I might be getting to the end of back to okay, yes, back to the nursing home old grandpa went. Yep. Kuroi, tell me truly, am I now getting towards the end of post-base game? Or do I still have a whiles to go? When it starts sending me to Kurthas again, I should be done. Okay. I have the feeling that might be soon, considering that we are now starting towards the end of getting the first United Grand Company done. But considering that I don't know exactly when that will be, I think it would be better for me to take some rest. So yeah, I am sorry. I am going to end it here. I'm going to see if there is anyone to raid into. And I will raid into an old favorite of mine. You don't remember what old filler they chunked in? Yeah, I imagine. I am going to raid into Rina, who is, as far as I know, mostly a Lord of the Rings streamer. So yeah, go say hi, and with any luck, I will see you later today. So, bye.